Hello, this is Berzinsky for Beardbrand. Let's try again. Hello, this is Berzinsky for Beardbrand Alliance, and today I'm joined by
Trav White.
We sat here, two long-haired guys, and we want to talk to you about the 5 reasons we hate having long hair. So you heard it here first. 2 guys with long hair sucks. We hate having long hair. It's true.
Yeah, it sucks. There's so many things in our day-to-day lives that are harder because of long hair, and we're going to talk about 5 of them right now. So number 1 is the time and money that goes into the upkeep and the maintenance of long hair. I've had to really look at a lot of the ingredients that I'm using in my shampoos and conditioners, where when I had short hair, oftentimes I probably wouldn't even use a conditioner, or every now and then I would. But now with long hair, I'm paying attention to the ingredients. I'm making sure that it has shea butter at least to stop from split ends. And I'm also using quite a bit more product every time I wash. So
a lot more product. I mean, it's shocking the amount of, I use utility bar from Beardbrand on my hair to wash it, but you
gotta lather it up.
It's gotta lather up. I mean, there's a lot of hair. And then, as you said, the amount of conditioner, the amount of product that you use on long hair, it's shocking how much. You might be going from 0 conditioner when you have short hair to, what feels like a half a bottle sometimes.
Yeah, and I use the Beardbrand shampoo and conditioner. It has awesome ingredients in it, but the bottles aren't huge. So when I'm using conditioner, I feel like I'm using at least a quarter of the bottle, like in one wash. And so that's just something that has been a struggle having long hair, is just the upkeep and the maintenance. You're gonna be spending more money on higher quality products, and you're gonna be spending more time in the shower washing, and it just comes with the territory.
Yeah, and it's not to say that like you might be saving some time because you're doing it less often, but that day you actually have to wash your hair. It
takes a while.
Yeah, and it's something you got to plan for. We've made other videos, that speak to that a little bit, but that's one thing I do hate about having long hair. And there are days like I'm like, God, can I get another day out of my hair so I don't have to wash it? Yeah. And so you're probably thinking, well, cut it already. But the perks of having long hair, are good. You look like this when you have long hair. So
we'll make another video on why long hair is awesome, but right now we have a bone to pick with it.
Yeah, because it sucks.
So number 2, it gets caught in everything. When I'm putting a backpack over my shoulder, my camera bag, and I try to turn my head, it's like getting pulled like this. When I'm sleeping and I'm trying to turn my head, it gets caught between the pillow and my shoulder.
Like if you're sleeping with your wife or someone, people laying on your hair, it's like you try to turn over and someone's laying on your hair.
Yeah, good luck cuddling with anyone. Like, it's just a no-go.
It's annoying. It's annoying. Yeah. But getting caught, it's caught in zippers, like wearing a scarf, like your hair caught in your scarf, under your scarf, your hair caught behind your collar. You put your coat on, your hair stuck behind your collar. You have to be thinking about where your hair is, all the time. So one thing that makes long hair sucky is the fact that it's constantly getting caught in everything.
Yeah.
Number 3, wind.
Dude.
Wind.
The invisible enemy of men with long hair.
Yeah. You think you look great. You styled your hair in the morning, say it's day number 2, number 1. You have your hair down. It looks fantastic. And you walk out the door and you like whoosh.
It gets in your mouth. You're walking down the street like this. Like, people are looking at you crazy. I'm like doing this and I'm doing this. I'm constantly, good luck doing any photo shoots if it's windy. Like, it's just all over the place, man.
These guys are on the camera on the other side going, cut your hair already. But there's too many perks right now, pluses for having long hair. But the wind is the ultra enemy. It's the nature force that, you know, with Mother Nature, like, she's getting it for this one. You know, you think it's just hiking or out in the woods and, you know, the wind's blowing. It's an urban thing. If you live in any kind of urban environment, you walk in certain the canyons of the city, you hit a corner and then this gust of wind comes out of nowhere. If you want to take your confidence away immediately, you think, oh, I'm rocking this long hair and I look really good.
You're about to walk by a beautiful girl or someone that you're attracted to.
Like, here comes your work associates, and I'm like, hey, I'm looking great, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it's just like this wind force hits you. You know, like, so Mother Nature, I got a bone to pick with you.
Oh, God.
You make long hair suck.
That's probably my least, like, out of this list, that's probably the worst.
It is the worst.
I think wind
It can destroy confidence immediately because you think you look great.
And it's just
annoying. It does look good. Your long hair looks great. And then, you know, you can't predict when it's going to happen. You can walk outside and walk for blocks and blocks and blocks, or be hiking and no wind comes at all. And then out of the blue, she kills you. Number
4 is, I think there's a certain perception that comes with having long hair. It's polarizing. It's definitely polarizing. It's funny, I did a talk at Menfluential Conference in Atlanta that's run by Antonio Centeno from Real Men, Real Style and Aaron Marino, Alpha M. And I spoke at their conference.
Not name dropping, are you?
I'm just letting them know who runs the conference.
This guy runs in some great circles.
I wasn't trying to name drop. I'm just, for people who don't know who runs the conference, that's who runs it. Anyways, I was talking at the conference and I asked the audience, because this is a group of stylish men of all ages, younger, older, middle age, you name it, they're at the conference. And I asked the show of hands, raise your hand if you don't like or you have strong opinions against man buns or long hair. Half the room raised their hands. So if you're going to grow your hair out, you should just know that you are going to be polarizing. It's going to be divisive just by the very fact of growing your hair out.
And that's coming from a group of guys who understand style, who like get it. Still, a big proportion of that group did not like the long hair.
And imagine if people who have no idea and they're still learning about style, like they're going to have probably a stronger opinion about it as well.
Yeah, explain yourself walking into the Appalachians, you know, just like all of a sudden here comes this hippie with the long hair.
Right.
You know, so there are some preconceived notions about what long hair is. So it's just like, hey, you're vain. You have this long hair, you know, or you think you're a pretty boy.
Who are you trying to impress?
Yeah. You know, or you're a hippie, you know, like you don't care. So it's funny. It goes both ways.
You're a broke artist, you know, like think back to Limitless with Bradley Cooper when he was a struggling author. He had his long hair, and then he took his Limitless pill, he got a haircut. Like, it's just things like that you see in movies, you see how it's portrayed.
I think it's funny that it can go from you care too much to you don't care at all.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Like within the flip of a switch.
One extreme to the other, just depending on the opinion of the person. And, well, you know what's funny is, like, this could almost be twisted to a positive, because if you're trying to build a personal brand or any sort of online content creation, like, it's going to drive attention.
Yeah.
And being slightly polarizing could be a good thing.
Right.
So it could work for you, but just know if you're the type of person who gets insecure or doesn't like people hating or judging you or coming at you, long hair is you probably want to avoid long hair.
Yeah, and it's something where, like, you might have some other style thing in your life that might be questionable, or you might have, you know, something in your life where it might throw up some questions from some people. It seems that long hair, people have no trouble whatsoever giving their opinion.
They either love it or hate it.
And we'll tell you.
There's no in between.
Yeah, it's just like, why do you have long hair, Greg? Yeah. You know, like, here. I get DMs like daily, you know, people sending me my own pictures. It's like, you should cut your hair like this. I hate your hair long. You know, it's just like, and I'm like, well, thanks for sharing.
It's funny, I'll put up polls on my Instagram sometimes, and I'll say, should I cut my hair? Yes or no. Literally 99.99% of the time, it's split right down the middle. Oh. It's like 51-49, 50-50, like yes, no, yes, no.
Mine's like 60, keep it, 40 cut it.
That's interesting. Mine's literally always split down the middle of like keep it or cut it. So just know that that comes with it. Luckily, I live in Austin. It's, I guess, more accepted here. A lot of people have long hair. A lot of guys have long hair here. It's like kind of the normal walking
I think in
around
like
here.
more, I consider Austin a progressive city. If you
Yeah.
are in a city like Philadelphia or New York or LA, it's more acceptable in a way. You're going to see guys. You see it more in fashion. You see it in editorial. There's more people who are familiar with it. If you live in a smaller town, say in mid-America, it might not be perceived the same way as it would in a town like Austin or in a town like Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
So once again, one of the reasons long hair sucks is because,
You got haters.
because of you. Number 5, when you have long hair options, even though we've done a video on the fact that you can have some options up, down with your hair, man bun, ponytail, some options, you're giving up an opportunity to go to the barbershop, and you're giving up an opportunity to say have 12 different hairstyles over the course of a year. Mm-hmm. When you have long hair, it's like watching ice melt sometimes. It's just like, like watching grass grow. It's just like there's not much change from month to month, and whether you're throwing it up or throwing it down, not much variation. But over the course of a year, going to the barbershop every 4 to 6 weeks, you might have a crew cut 1 month, grow it out, have an executive taper in 2 months, all of a sudden have a wedge, then all of a sudden have a mullet within the course of a year. And so you have a variety of different looks. Yeah. You're giving that up by deciding and committing to growing your hair long.
If you're a guy who actually likes simplicity and you either put your hair up or you put it down, and that's your kind of day-to-day routine, you might like that. If you're the type of guy who likes to experiment with different haircuts, go to the barber, change it up, go from a quiff to a pompadour to an undercut, these are all options you're losing out on by growing your hair out, and you just have long hair. That's kind of the only option at this point.
And what I miss about having shorter hair, I like barbershop culture. I miss seeing this guy as often as I was sitting in before. I actually miss making barbershop videos myself, where I'm sitting in the chair as opposed to recording the videos. I think it's very relaxing to sit in a chair sometime, even if you're not having a banter with the barber. I like the sound of the clippers. I like the feeling on the back of my neck when I get a fade. There are certain things you're giving that all up by growing your hair long. Yeah. So a lot of people like barbershop culture, sitting in the barbershop. With typically a bunch of guys, and you're sitting there, having your haircut. Even it doesn't matter if it's guys or girls, but people, there's a banter, there's a chat in the barbershop.
I've had some amazing conversations with my stylist, and the people that I've connected with in the barbershop, or whether you go to a salon or you go to a barber, there's just tons of connection and community and conversations that you can have that you're also going to be giving up.
Yeah. Some people don't even see their real friends, like 12 times a year. And if you're going to the barbershop every 4 weeks, you're guaranteed that you're going to see that special girl and special guy in your life and get an opportunity to see them. You're giving that up with long hair.
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons that having long hair sucks. So there it was, guys. 5 reasons why I hate long hair and why long hair sucks. Comment below and tell us if there's other reasons why you think long hair sucks. It doesn't even have to be the fact that you have long hair. You might just hate long hair. I want to hear about them. Until we meet again.
I got a beard oil. It's new. The formulation's new, the packaging's new, and the price is new. Get it at beardbrand.com. You won't regret it.